Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we're gonna just play with some old makeup. And I'm gonna call this look Remember These? Because I've been digging into my stash and there's a lot of good, beautiful makeup that I haven't touched in a while, and that's kind of my goal this year. So if you want to see what I'm gonna use today and this beautiful look that I will create, keep watching. Okay, so I'm in a new space, so let me know how the audio and the lighting looks. It looks good to me, so I hope you like it too. If you're new here, welcome. I'm Yadi. We like to talk about makeup, new releases. We do a Friday makeup and chill, so definitely come check us out for that. But today what I thought that I would do is pull out, like I said, some old makeup. I'm going to feature Sydney Grace today because Sydney Grace is one of those brands that I love, love, love. But for some reason, don't pull out as much. And I just don't understand why, because the quality is just gorgeous. So I'm going to be using the Tiny Marvels palette. This was a collaboration with Mel Thompson. Still available for sale, was just restocked. And then I'm also going to be using a palette that I got last year around this time. Was it? Yeah, around this time, but this is the Be Mine palette. Super beautiful, kind of like a grungy neutral color story. So we'll combine it and put a look together, see what we come up with. All of the makeup that I use will be listed down below. Some are affiliate links, so if you use them, it supports my channel. Free to use, safe to use. But I gotta let you know. So I'm gonna go ahead and start. Okay, so for some reason this middle row here is calling my name. So I'm gonna go in with Darling here. How has everything been going this year, you guys? If you follow me on Instagram, you know that I am on a journey. At the end of the year, we got really, really intentional. And what I mean by that is my family and I, we decided that we wanted to really shake out of like that survival mode that we were in. Oh my gosh, that's so pretty. That survival mode we were in. My husband got really, really sick at the end of 2021 with COVID and almost died. And for those reasons, it was like survival mode last year. And I was just kind of getting on my own nerves, to be honest. I was just ready to get out of this boo-hoo, this is what happened to me, and really just become intentional again, like start building again. You know, things have been hard, but I just am not the person that can live in this space of, oh, it's because this happened to me or that happened to me. And so I was just ready to be done, you know? And so what we did is we planned a vision board party for the end of the year, and we got very specific with our goals. And so I say, if you follow me on Instagram, you've seen a little bit of that in my stories. I'm always kind of just sharing my thoughts there, but we're just working towards that. So, I mean, there's just a couple things that I have been really intentional about. One is the content that I consume. I am making sure that I'm watching content that is really speaking into the goals that I have. I talked about this podcast in my stories where this guy, Charlie Rocket is his name. He said this phrase, and for whatever reason, it really stuck with me. It was really, really impactful for me. I'm going to go into romance. It's kind of like a grungy brown there. And and the phrase goes like this: where focus goes, energy flows. Okay. And I thought that was so, so powerful. Where focus goes, energy flows. So it really does change the things that, I mean, for me, what it's been doing is sometimes we tend to harp on or focus on things that are not really serving our goals or our purpose, where we want to go. But you know, just like I said, I was so focused on boo-hoo, look at what happened to me and how am I ever going to come back from this? And you know, it's been so hard on our finances, on my career, on everything else. And it's like, no, if that's what I'm focused on, that's what's going to happen. That's where the energy, all of my energy is going. And so we've been very, very intentional about changing that. Like, I get to change the direction or the course of where I'm going. So a big part of my goal setting for 2023 is focused around you know, my social media strategy and what I want to build this into. So one of the things that I wanted to share with you today is, you know, and if you come to our makeup and chill live streams on Fridays, is we have added like a new little addition to the makeup and chill. So it's makeup and chill, here we grow. And what that means is on Fridays, you know, just like they used to tell you when you would go to church. I'm asking that you bring a friend. Bring a new friend that has not experienced our makeup and chill because it's pretty powerful. It's community, honestly. Like, yeah, it's the whole makeup vibe, and we do have brands and creators that come on and we do spotlights on them. We have a good time. We talk about new releases, new makeup, but I want people to experience the community that we have on Friday nights and the people that are a part of this little slice of the internet. And so that's how I feel we accomplish that. Like, I want everyone that enjoys it. Obviously, if you don't enjoy it, you know, this is not for you. But if you enjoy live streams and just kind of hanging out, having a good time, getting to know people that share a common passion, you know, common hobby like makeup, I think it would be great if you bring a friend. This was my first introduction into a duochrome. This is the shade Scarab. Oh my gosh, you guys, it's so gorgeous. Even just watching it, my gosh. Look at how gorgeous that is. I just have to show you. It's like that red brown, but with that lime flip. Ugh. This shade just makes me think of like so much because, you know, we're constantly looking at all the new makeup. Look at that. We're constantly looking. I just lightly tapped it. We're always looking at the new makeup for the new, like what's the next one with a wow factor and whatnot. But then it's like, did you forget that you have Scarab in your collection? Yeah, you did. Because you are always looking for the new. What's next? What's next? When in makeup, things are not that innovative, you guys. Things are not that creative. Sometimes there's some launches that really do bring innovation into the makeup industry, but look at that. For the most part, things are the same. But we keep chasing the new. I think I'm gonna go in with this shimmer here, Meadowhawk. This one's also pretty, and it's got like that rose gold flip to it. Look at how pretty. It looks like one of my favorite Natasha Denona shimmers in the bronze palette. Look at how pretty. As a creator, I will always buy new makeup, you know, because that's what I do and highlight on my channel. But although, yes, you can use the links below to buy this makeup, my message is check yourself. Check your collection first. See if you really need it or if it's really adding something special to your collection before you check out. Because I think I fell into that trap for a while. Look at how pretty. I fell into that trap for a while where, you know, I wouldn't even check. I wouldn't even think about it. I would just check out because everybody else was doing it. And FOMO is a real thing. But no. Especially if you're a makeup enthusiast, you probably have most things in your collection. Now, if you've wanted this palette, because this is kind of going to be like one of those palettes that's a classic, and I'm talking about Tiny Marvels, use Mel's code, PuffinsY15. If you don't know, Mel Thompson was a makeup artist here on YouTube, and she passed away over a year and a half ago, actually. But Sydney Grace had this amazing, successful collaboration palette with her, and it continuously sells out, you guys. So they've added it to the permanent collection for now. But I always tell people to use Mel's code because the proceeds or the commissions that would have been paid to Mel, Sydney Grace actually sends to her family. So anyway, not saying you need it, but if you've been looking for it, it's available. Use Mel's code PuffinsY15. I think I'll finish it off with this white shimmer here, Web, for the inner corner. This is going to sound weird, but for the longest time, this shade, Scarab too, but this shade was like one of my favorites. And it's literally just a white champagne shimmer, but it's so opaque. The shimmer's so fine, and I love it. Okay, I did my eyeliner off camera. I was going to deepen up the outer V, but I think it looks good enough there. So again, these were palettes Be Mine, which is still on their website. If you like, I typed in XOXO, it doesn't come up, but if you type in Be Mine, it comes up. And then the Tiny Marvels, again, if you're shopping on Sydney Grace, use Mel's code PuffinsY15. Okay, this is like super old school. This is when I first started using a primer. I didn't even know what it was. And once I used a primer, I was like, oh my gosh, how did I not know what this was? My makeup had never looked better. And I haven't used it in a while, but it's so good. And it's the Smashbox Photo Finish Primer. It's a silicone-based primer, so some people like that, some people don't. But for me, I used it the other day and I was like, I can't believe how much I missed it. I used to have a friend that had a cousin or something that worked at Smashbox. So she brought me like the large one. which now I've never been able to find that large bottle again, but I used it so much that I know I love it. So tell me something new. Tell me what you guys have been up to. What is going on in this new year? I always want to know, like, are you the type of person that sets New Year's resolutions, or that is a little more intentional? Because I've tried the whole resolutions thing. It doesn't work for me. I'm using this True Match L'Oreal 505% hyaluronic acid. It's like a concealer, but people use it as a corrector. It's really, really runny, watery, but it does work as a concealer or a corrector. It's like one of those things I found when I was moving. I was like, ooh, haven't used this in a while. Okay, now that the primer had a little bit of time to settle in, oh my gosh, you guys, I'm so excited. I'm so excited about this one. Do you guys remember this one? The L'Oreal Fresh Wear Foundation. Oh, I forgot how beautiful it is. And I'll tell you what, like, application is everything, because I remember using this foundation like 4 or 5 years ago. This is a brand new bottle. I just picked it up. But I remember it sometimes looking a little cakey or like settling around my nose, things like that. Not at all. It had to be. It had to be my application method, or maybe I was using too much because I bought it the other day. I was just randomly at Walmart getting some stuff for lunches for the kids, and I just could not believe how beautiful it looks. And then, you know, it says on the bottle up to 24 hours of fresh wear. Well, that's crazy. Nobody's going to wear their foundation for 24 hours, but my goodness, I have long days, like 15-hour days. And it looked good all freaking day. It kind of made me think, like, maybe I need to go back and get another bottle of the Maybelline Fit Me, because that one also, the matte and poreless, oh, so gorgeous. I think I tried the dewy one too, and it was also very nice, but I was a lot more drier skin type when I was in California, so I don't know if the dewy one would work for me this time, but I don't know, man. Something about revisiting old flames. Oh my god, you guys, do you see that? It looks like skin, but it looks so beautiful. Oh, I'm so excited. For concealer, I don't really have such a throwback. I'm just going to go in with my Pat McGrath concealer. Also, well, in the world of makeup, an OG, but a holy grail. I guess that's a good question. What's a holy grail concealer from like back in the day that I don't know about? Because I didn't use concealer back in the day, you guys. I have only been using concealer like the last 2-3 years. The last 3 years, I would say. Right before I started my channels, when I started playing around with concealer. So what's a good throwback from the drugstore or high end that you guys used to love? Let me know. I hear Butter puttering around. That's our baby Frenchie. Oh my gosh. She was so shy when she came to live with us, just not even a month ago. And now she just, I think she forgot she's a dog. And I think she thinks she runs this house, which, let's be honest, if you know us, she does run the house. Ugh. I'm gonna go back to this step. I used to do this step a long time ago and I stopped for a while, but I'm gonna spray before powder and before setting the foundation. There's nothing old school about this though. My Pat McGrath under eye setting powder in the shade yellow. Have to use it. Okay, before I set my face, I'm going to go in with my contour. Do you guys remember this one? The Fenty Stix. Now, this is not like the new shades she released. This is in the shade Mocha. It's the Match Stix. Yeah, this is old, but I used it the other day and it's so good. I'm like, let me just use it again. It's the perfect color. I think the stick is a little dry now, but it doesn't smell weird or anything, so I'll keep using it. There are some products that I'm going to be talking about in a video soon where we were moving and my sister and I just started swatching old makeup and just new makeup, whatever. And I was like, ooh, I don't feel like I ever pay attention to expiration dates, which, you know, I think is not good, but I just don't. And we were like going through things and smelling them and I'm like, this is old. I think it's bad. I feel like the only thing that I pay attention to with expiration dates are like eye products, just because it's like right there in your eye. But I don't have sensitive skin, so I've never really had an allergic reaction to any products. So, except the only products I've ever had a reaction to were the Danessa Myricks, the cream eyeshadows. Those make me so sad. Those literally make my eyes blow up like crazy. Look at how pretty that looks. It's like the perfect color. It stays in place. That's gorgeous. Okay, the next product, really old. Well, mine's not that old, but do you guys remember this one? The Smashbox Contour. This is the step-by-step contour palette. It looks kind of light, but it works really nicely. I'm telling you, as I was moving, I found so much stuff. So much good stuff. Look at how good that is. And it's so smooth on the face. I don't know why I don't use it more, but I guess I do know why. It's because everything gets lost in the shuffle. You forget about products you have. I'm going to use the light one. I never do, but why not? Clean this up a little bit. All right, this is old. This is the Hourglass. This is the Pure Strobe Light Powder, the Ambient Strobe Highlight Palette. I actually bought this. I bought this when I started my channel, but I bought it brand new on like Mercari or something because we couldn't find it anywhere. And oh my gosh, I love it so much. I've heard some beauty YouTubers say that like highlights coming back. And it's funny because it's like, I don't know if it's subconscious, you guys, but I didn't use too much highlight last year. And then all of a sudden it's like, I'm all into it. And there's some releases like the Rare Beauty that didn't work for me. I'm like, how about I just stick with what I know? All right, the blush I'm going to use is this one from Kaleidos. It's not that old, but it was from last year, like early last year. So pretty. I bought this one and the orange one because at the time I couldn't find the Dior ones. You know, those two that went viral, the pink one and the orange one. That's supposed to like self-adjust to your pH. So I bought these because I felt like they kind of look the same, and they do. Because I saw people compare the two. Obviously I don't have the Dior ones, but these are just as good. And look at how beautiful. Such a nice rosy glow look that it gives. Love it. So good. So powder for the face, I'm not going to use something old. I'm going to use something new because I am obsessed. This is the NARS, what is it called? It's called the Soft Matte Advanced Perfecting Powder. It just came out last week and oh, I can't get enough, you guys. It's so, so good. And I said on Instagram, it made me want to try like the Soft Matte Foundation again, but I don't know. Because I remember that it was too full coverage and that's why I didn't like it, because I did buy it and then I returned it because it was so full coverage and it looked kind of cakey on me, but this powder is legit. I hope it works just as well like in the summer here in Texas, because I'm oily and then in the summer, ugh, it's unbearable, but we'll see. It's supposed to keep you matte for 24 hours. It does not keep me matte for 24 hours. 6-7 hours later, I do have to blot my nose, but I have very oily skin, but 6-7 hours, I'll take it. Beautiful. Okay, the next one before I do my eyelashes is this Maybelline Superstay ink. Do you remember these ink crayons? Oh my gosh, they're so pretty. They're so long lasting. It doesn't claim to be. Well, I guess because it's Superstay, but it's not like matte. They're gorgeous. Want to say good morning? Good morning. Morning, everybody. I'm a little crazy this morning. We got the zoomies, huh? Anyways, guys, so there is the final look. I didn't show you the lashes because there's nothing new. I'll link everything below. But yeah, look at this look. It's so gorgeous. And this is what we did with makeup that we didn't even remember we had, you know? And so anyway, I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope it was useful. Go pull out your old makeup, the pretty makeup that you once loved, and use it again. See what look you come up with. Okay, let me know down below what you would like to see next, and I'll see you guys later. Bye. Say bye. Bye.